Okay, so this question comes from Knob Smacker. He wants to know, first of all, he recognizes Elliot's ability to speak clearly, confidently, and with composure, right? And he wants to know how to do the same thing. Basically, what he's experiencing is a bombardment of thought coming through his mind and an inability to organize it and present it in a consumable way for other people. So basically, whenever his conversation goes beyond the normal chit-chat of everyday bullshit, he finds himself having to wrestle with lots of different ideas that are zooming back and forth through his head, and then when he has to offer it to people, it all comes out like vomit, and he really can't convey his message. So how is it that someone with so many ideas can find a way to organize them instantaneously and offer them in an entertaining and resourceful fashion for the other person to absorb? Well, the very first thing I would offer you is some empathy. Go back, I'll try my best to annotate, but go back and look at some of my videos on my Strength Camp channel from like 2008. Okay, you're gonna see a very different person. You're gonna see a person who's very ungrounded and has a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, and a lot of ideas that just get vomited at the camera. Blah, 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 blah. I'm crazy, I'm high, my voice is high pitched, my energy is erratic, and I'm screaming most of the time, right? Because I just wanna get these ideas across to you. My ideas today aren't very different than they were back then. I still am the same person at the core that I was back then, but something has changed in my ability to now organize and present the ideas that are in my head. And mind you, I don't script any of these videos. This is all stuff that's inside here. I do this, but really it's inside here that I bring forth when I simply open up my laptop, read the question, and answer it to you. Answer it. How do I do that? How does Elliot do that, and how can you do that? So the simple answer is breathe into your balls. Notice how all my answers somehow revolve around breathing into your balls. Breathing deep affords you the ability to ground your energy. Grounded energy is slow, focused, concentrated, and concrete, tangible, right? Where your energy and the old Elliot Hulse energy was very air, high, energetic, ungrounded, erratic. It was a higher energy. Your balls are down here, your head is up here. You got to get out of your head and down into your balls. Your balls, and when I say balls, I mean the grounding energy, the sexual energy that's available to all of us in our pelvic floor, that begins in our pelvic floor and down through our legs. I don't wear shoes when I do videos any longer because I need to ground myself in order to present properly. Right? So the easy, simple answer, the one that has helped me, the one thing that I've used to help me present myself in a far more resourceful fashion for people to absorb, is by learning how to breathe deep. I can use that as an answer for things on both of my channels. So use the exercises that I've offered you with regard to leaning over the bioenergetic stool, the different bioenergetic catharsis exercises I've taught you, and use the bow on a regular basis. These are all going to get you to ground your energy. When you're grounded, right, when you've got 2 feet firm on the ground, you now are in command of your own energy, and because you're in command of yourself, you're in control of yourself, you can easily pick out what you want to say, how you want to flow, and how you're going to present yourself to the environment. You also have a stronger energetic polarity to your environment, so people will behave differently with you. You have more of a commanding presence when you're grounded. So all the things that you see me doing in order to present my ideas are not so much techniques. I do stop, pause, speak a lot slower, think while I'm talking, because if you notice, I'm looking all over the place a lot of times when I'm talking. I do this. I'm not looking at you because I'm literally going through a Rolodex. I'm literally looking for stuff and then giving it to you as I find it, right? I didn't learn these things. I didn't go to a course to learn these things. I grounded my energy, followed my heart and balls, right? This is stuff that most of my answers are often the same. Breathe into your balls, follow your heart. It's me trusting my gut a lot more than my head. What you're probably doing is sifting through the ideas that have been given to you as images, right? Stuff you've read, things you've seen, stuff people have told to you, and in an ungrounded fashion, you're trying to sift through that stuff. Me, on the other hand, I've got my feet on the ground, I'm breathing deep, and now I can, in a grounded fashion, choose those things instead of letting those things choose me. I hope you're following my poetic language here. It's all very metaphorical, but literal. If you've been following me long enough, you see that there's a mix of science and poetry here. More poetry, to be honest. But you see how resourceful it has been for me. And I know how helpful it will be to all of you in growing stronger. So that's why I love answering these questions. So, starting to rant now. See, I'm ungrounded. This is the first question that I answered today, and I haven't done any deep breathing exercises or anything. So, invitation to you is begin using my bioenergetic exercises. I'm making a whole video course about it this week. Should be ready in a couple weeks. But use the exercises I've taught you on this channel, on the other channel. Breathe deep, slow down, focus and concentrate, and be okay with taking your time when you talk to people. You see, did you notice that long pause just now? I'm not rushing, and I don't want you to rush. What I have to say is very important. And if you're willing to stick around to listen this long, because it's probably about a 6-minute video right now, that means you've got the patience, the focus, the concentration to deal with my pauses, to appreciate my pauses. People will appreciate your pauses. People will appreciate you taking your time. People will appreciate you thinking about what you are about to say to them, instead of you just grabbing shit or letting shit grab you and taking you down some crazy, neurotic, ungrounded path, right? People want to know that they're being listened to first. People want to know that you're thinking about what you're about to say to them. Part of the reason why you guys might be attracted to my style of communication in my videos is because I look like I'm thinking, right? I look like I'm thinking. I look like I'm going deep in order to bring you out something profound. Well, the fact is that I am. I don't read these questions and go look for a book for something to regurgitate, right? I'd be all up in my head. I go inside and I figure out how can I best serve this person with a bit of my experience and knowledge that comes from the core, that comes from my heart, as opposed to what do I know that I could vomit back up at you. So that's it, dude. I hope that helps. I know it will help. Breathe deeper, take your time. If what you have to say is important, people will have the patience to listen to you. Good luck.